What are you doing, Jimmy?
Blowing up a glove, honey.
For?
Put it on Ty's head.
Now they're gonna both go up.
That reminds me of somebody. A four-legged animal.
We're gonna have some fun tonight. When they come in to check you.
You know what time they got me up this morning for a bath?
What time?
6:30.
Tell them you're not that dirty 6:30 in the morning. You don't get dirty till after 9.
After nine.
That's it.
That would have been a Facebook post.
Do it again. Do it again. Always when I turn.
Stuck in the chair.
Very cute.
Isn't that cool?
That's very cute.
That's it. Everybody's gonna wonder who's reaching up under the bottom of the covers like that.
Yeah, then I got laid off. And things got a little tiresome around Boswell, so I decided I'll drive back to Minneapolis. And I got there, then the war broke out. And I'm beginning to weigh things in my mind. What shall I do? Because they're probably going to get me one way or another.
How old were you then? 42.
42, let's see, I was born in 17.
Okay. 25 years old. Wow.
So anyway, I looked around. Then I went to Dunwoody. I had a certificate of Dunwoody in electrical work. I went to the school there and learned how to burn my fingers and did a few other things. And I was there and I was talking to an instructor I knew quite well. And he says, why don't you go down to IBM? They're hiring. So I took his advice. I went to IBM. He says, be sure to put on a suit, clean shaven, haircut, look nice. So I went down there and I interviewed for about 2 hours. How could they ask me now? I wouldn't know, but it lasted about 2 hours. Then they invited me to come back and take a written test. Holy cow, tests all the time. So I went back and I opened up the door and walked in there, and there were 2 jobs available and there were 20 people waiting for me. So I took the test. Now I guessed the bunch.
Outguessed the bunch.
They had to be
Yeah,
outguessing them. I got more right than they did. So the next day I was on my way to Rochester, New York.
No kidding.
At a school there. And it was typewriters then.
IBM typewriter. Okay.
Yep. So I got pretty well versed on them. Yeah. So for a time I thought I'd be going back to Minneapolis where I got hired. Daydreaming again. They said, Rice, where do you want to go? You have your choice of 3 places. Chicago, Philadelphia, or New York City. Now that's the choice. I couldn't see it, so I took Chicago because it was closer to home.
Yeah.
And I worked in Chicago 12 years. Then I got transferred to Denver. And I was there 21 years.
I'll be darned.
Yep, I could have stayed on longer. The last 2 or 3 years is the most interesting of my life. Of work of my life, I should say.
Started getting into computers, huh?
I got in on some of that too. Like the 632. You had more wires in it than you had hair on your head.
Were you in Minneapolis?
I was working there. I was living in a room in a place with 6 girls. And anyway, he came out and I met him, but I was going with somebody else, so I didn't talk to him anymore. And so
Almost played
we
second
went to
fiddle.
a show the night before he left, just a movie. And then he took off the next morning, had to take his dad back to Montana. So then he started writing letters, and he didn't write many letters, and he sent a ticket for the train to come to Montana, and I never hesitated. I got on the train and went to Montana.
Nice.
I didn't even know him.
Had she known me, she wouldn't have married me.
Did you get married in Montana?
Yep.
They were, no, I was 21.
But
Okay.
we got married in Montana.
You did get married in Montana,
Yeah.
though. Wow. And what year was that?
January the 1st, 1940, January 15th, 1941. But you haven't got one of those pictures in
Album.
getting his blood pressure taken.
That's right. Margie's chair.
160 over 84. How much?
Over 90.
Over 90?
It's still up there. You better get that check, baby.
That's
170.
That's normal for me.
170 over 90, but will they do surgery with that?
Yeah, they'll do surgery with that. It was lower than it was when I went in.
When are you supposed to have surgery?
They rescheduled it for March 13th.
Next week.
Before you go to.
Yeah.
Don't you take any blood pressure pills? You
You know
should.
why?
Why?
Oh my.
He's
State-
the
oh, she's-
pastor.
And,
I'm the pastor.
In the church
Okay.
through out
He's the
there.
pastor.
oh, really? Oh, I will use this one because I want.
You haven't called me kiddo since I got here.
And it hurts your feelings.
Yeah, it did.
Come on, say something.
I love you guys. I'm so glad you're happy and that you're all safe and everything. Get that out of your way, Claude, so you can enjoy it.
I will be back over again, too.
Trust me, we will. I promise.
Thanks very much for coming.